Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I am back again doing your monthly tarot horoscope for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Taurus. And this is for April 2016. And I just want to give you guys a big heads up. I have been telling everybody that my calendar is not interactive in the sense that you cannot schedule an appointment through my calendar on my website. In other words, you can't schedule an appointment through my website with me, okay, for a private reading. So I want to be very, very clear about it because any posts, comments will be deleted on my calendar page, and I just deleted my members page. So it was just I want to streamline and make it easier for everyone, and the whole point of the calendar was to show my availability, but it wasn't to schedule appointments that way, because you can't. So the way to schedule an appointment with me is to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. Definitely take a look at my calendar, see my availability, but other than that, my calendar, my website, you cannot book an appointment that way. So maybe in the future it will be that way, but right now the way it's set up is it was never meant to do it that way. And so, you know, people have to basically talk to me in order to book the reading. So also, there's been some confusion about my sex and relationship videos. Those are for purchase and rental only. Those are rentals for 72 hours. So you can, in order to view them, you have to buy them. And I did it that way so it would make it, effective, cost effective, I guess the word is, for me as far as my business, because I have to take extra time off to record those. And I love recording them, but it just wasn't making any sense financially for me to do that. So by renting them, it makes it worth it on my part, and that way I get to keep producing them. So just so you guys know, and they are not meant to take place of my regular general readings. I did split up the video sort of structure of my main channel. Hopefully you've seen that, so people are still seeing that I am going to continue to do these regular general readings. These are going to continue to be free for everyone. The sex and relationship videos, though, are just for purchase and rental only, and that's the way it's going to be forever, basically. I'm not going to go back to having them be available for everyone. So yeah, that's the deal. So let's get on to your reading. I have shuffled. And I'm just going to lay out a spread for you. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. There is a strong Taurus Aries vibe. Because I do see that you got a couple of the same cards as the Aries in the Aries video. That's what I see here. You may be having sort of like, I mean, it is possible for you to have the hots for an Aries person and not actually have any relationship at all. There may be just some, attraction or something there. But it may also be where you're meeting the special person. You're Mr. or Mrs. Right. Or you may have already met them because this is in the recent past. The thing is I don't feel, because this is a video for Taurus, I don't see actually a lot of Taurus cards here. You do have a great foundation, financial foundation, which is awesome, which is the King of Pentacles, and I see this as being you, male Tauruses. Taurus females, to me, the Queen of Wands can be a Taurus, but I see this as more being an Aries. I usually see it as a Capricorn, Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, or Leo female. There's a lot of Leo energy here too, so it may be a Taurus Leo combination, because you guys got the Four of Swords, the same as I think Aries, and I did mention that this was also a Leo card. I see this a lot as the Leo. In the center of everything, you do have the Page of Pentacles, which I feel like is you. So for those of you who are younger, you may be in school or thinking about school. This is also, if you are like a Taurus female watching this, this is also fertility for some of you, and this is also needing material security or wanting material security. The Page of Pentacles, the story of this card in my mind, is a girl who is very focused on comfort and stability and the material security, almost too much, because she's sitting on top of this dragon. And this dragon, if this dragon was to wake up, this is like the beast. This kind of represents the beast inside, sort of like that beast that's like always wanting more, always wanting that new handbag, the new purse, the new, makeup, the new, hair thing, the new, wardrobe. And this is the person that like wants to have that kind of financial stability. And if the beast was to wake up, she would completely fall off and she would actually probably break her neck or hit her head, okay? So you're on track to actually being too much focused on finances. That's what I want to say. There's too much of a focus on finances because it's in the center, what I call the heartbeat of the reading. It is crossing you. So Taurus, females, you need to be very careful of that beast inside you that's sort of just like, it could wake up at any time. It's kind of always kind of there. It's kind of like that low hum that's always kind of there in the background. For some of you, it's just school. Okay, so some of you are watching this and it's just school. You're just going to school. You're focused on school, and that's how it is. Or you're focused on work. This can be also a work card. You have the Two of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles together. The Two of Pentacles is working 2 jobs. So some of you are working 2 jobs, or some of you are just trying to multitask. A lot of different things. You're multitasking your home life and your work life, and it's just this constant balance that and this goes for guys and girls, okay? But for me, females especially, I just feel like the counsel is to not let material security and having it all be the #1 motivation for in your life, because I feel like there's other things in life that you do need to focus on, and if you continue to focus on financial security and stability and that's all that you want, eventually what will happen is there will be another aspect of life that catches up with you, and then all of that material security that you have will mean nothing. So to me, this is somebody whose health will catch up with them. So it's sort of like someone who wants it all, and they spend their entire life working and working and working, and they never really stop to enjoy or take a moment to really enjoy life and all the other things in life that don't have anything to do with money. And so what happens is like by the end of their life, they may have like a lot of material stuff, but it means nothing to them at the very end of the day. It'll mean nothing. This is the person that won't have anybody to share it with, kind of thing, or it just will feel empty. It will feel like worthless, pointless, so you need to kind of, and this is also the person that, is working to the point of illness, similar to Aries too. Working to the point of illness because they're so convinced that this material stuff will bring them the happiness that they want, and ultimately it's going to end up being where it's almost like the person that goes through life and then suddenly wakes up because, similar to Aries, of some kind of health related issue, and realizes they've spent their entire life working and working and working and doing nothing to really satisfy their soul. So you need to kind of focus back in on what's most important, and I feel like what's most important to you is money, and that needs to kind of be changed. Your priorities need to be changed a little bit, because right now money's the focus and it's top priority, and it needs to be more, your focus needs to be more on other things. Love needs to be more important. It needs to be on the top of the list. You may be married or in a relationship because you do have this 10 of Cups. And it can be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, too. But, I feel like there's some element of someone is doubled up. Either you're doubled up or your partner is doubled up. So I don't see the cheating card exactly, but I do see this Two of Pentacles. Some of you Tauruses, this is just multitasking, doing a lot of things at once at the beginning of April. Like everything at once, you may be trying to focus on work, you may be trying to focus on making dinner, you may be trying to focus on a phone call that you're getting, you got your relatives in the back room, hanging out. So you got a lot of things going on all at once. But the problem is with the Ten of Cups sort of staying in the same sort of position, sort of parallel, I feel like this is like a lover type situation where there's someone that you're doubled up with, okay? Or your partner has somebody on the side. To me, this is, again, similar to Aries, someone on the side. So you may have some Aries in your chart, or you may, so you may be watching this too, as well as the Aries video, or you may be watching this for, say, you're Taurus, but you may have watched the Aries video for your partner, or vice versa. You may be Aries watching this for your Taurus partner, too. Because I feel like Taurus guys are represented, because the Two of Pentacles to me is a Pentacle card, and it can be a Taurus male. I do feel like you may, again, be working 2 jobs. You may be, have 2 girlfriends, 2 wives, 2 ex-wives. You may have, something going on with this lover situation. And it may be someone through work, too, because I feel like there's a strong work element, career element here, too. Your attitude is you're in survival mode, because not attitude, sorry, you're in the position of emotions. You have this card, which to me is the survival mode card, which is like you're just, you put the brakes on spending, and you're just like, I'm just going to do the basics. We're going to do, my car insurance, we're going to do, the house payment, and we're going to do food and gas, and that's it. That's all. You're shut down as far as any kind of spending aside from that. You're focused on saving. To me, this is saving, okay? The thing about this, Five of Swords can be a person, too. So for those of you, I want to say Taurus females, you may be focused on like a Aquarius, Gemini, Libra guy. It can also be Taurus girls in liking someone else who is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra female as well. So I don't talk a lot about Libra in these cards, but Libra does show up in a lot of ways. And this, to me, Libra, there's a strong Taurus Libra connection here too. I feel. Because you got the Page of Swords. I see the Page of Swords a lot more as a Gemini, so it could be Taurus, Gemini, but also Libra or Aquarius here too, crowning you. So this may be, if you're dating someone, you may be dating. There's a lot of people in this spread. Almost every single card, there's a person. So there may be where, Taurus, you're dating multiple women, because you got this Page of Pentacles here, which is a, I see it usually, again, it can be, I see it as being mainly Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn female, but it can also be Libra too. I see this as Libra, and because she's sitting up high, it could be a Gemini or Aquarius too. And then you have the Page of Swords, which is definitely an air sign. So, so the two different pages. So you may be like a young Taurus guy dating 2 different ladies. I don't see any breakup cards here. So, again, the number 2 is strong because you have the 2 of Pentacles. So you may have more than 2 ladies, so we have the Page of Pentacles in the recent past, and then we have the Page of Swords, so 2 different ladies, and then we have the Chariot card, which is another person, which is another female card here. So this may be someone that you're dating or someone's around you in the immediate future. And this is usually Aquarius or Cancer, female. But it can in some case indicate a Pisces or Scorpio. It depends on my mood. It depends on how, what it's sort of matching up with. So I feel like to me though, this is less a personal. If you're a Taurus guy, you may be dating these. You may be surrounded by women. Okay, you may actually have 3 daughters, or you may be working 2 jobs, and you're providing for your family. You may have like a new child too, because we have this. To me, this is the single mom taking care of their newborn, or little baby. So you may have like a young daughter or a young son that you're taking care of. That's like really between 0 and 4, I want to say. 0 and 4. Not really much more older than 4. Because 4, you can still hold them, but they're wiggly. 5, by the time they're 5, they're kind of just all over the place. So I just see this as like the single parent. You know, if you're a single parent, you know, female Taurus, you may be watching this because you have some Gemini in your chart, or you know, if you're like a single parent and you're a guy, I just feel like it's more the single parent that's female than the guy. I don't really, if you're a single guy and parent, message me. I feel like it's less you. I don't feel like Taurus guys here are having to worry about female partnerships. I don't. If you want a partnership, Taurus guys, it's there to be had, because there's so many people here. It's there to be had. I just don't see any love per se with any of these people. I see the Ten of Cups, which can be having the hots for someone, and it can be love in some instances, which is in the recent past. But I don't necessarily see anything connecting these people together. So I feel like for Taurus guys, I feel like you're single and dating, or you know, you have someone you hook up with, but it's not serious. Or you're in a long-term partnership and you're just going through a lot of things. Not single Taurus, but married Taurus females also. You're in a married partnership and you're going through different elements, certain things that are, you know, you're focused on. You're focused on multitasking. You're focused on like one child that you may have. It's a little girl, a little boy between the ages of 0 and 4, okay? Could be also 5. I'm going to swing it to 5. But they're young, they're little, you know. And, you know, to me, there's a lot of career elements. The Chariot is things happening quickly. You know, this is also a sports card for those of you guys who really like sports. This is the for the guys. You know, this is a good sports card. So if you have a sports team that you're rooting for, this is good for them. Now, I am not legally responsible for any, you know, things that you're doing regarding sports. Okay, not. Okay, any predictions on that case, on that front? No. However, it does bode well. If you are, like, say you're like a soccer, you're a soccer player, because I feel like this is a strong soccer. I'm getting a strong soccer vibe. So some of you Tauruses are either soccer players, or you're runners, or you do track and field, or anything you're moving. Some of you are like, you know, racer, like doing anything with racing. That's you. Things moving fast and furious for you as far as that, for sports. I don't feel as much basketball, but it can be basketball as well. To me, it's more soccer, and I don't really see football moving. To me, football doesn't really move fast. And when I say football, I mean not soccer. I feel like it's more a soccer card. So I'm just saying, you may be a soccer player watching this, you know. And you have the Chariot, but then right after that you have this Four of Swords, which is you needed to take a rest. This is also rest and relaxation, maybe wanting to go on vacation, or needing kind of recovering from any kind of illness. You know, some of you may have gotten sick, or you may be getting sick, like having a cold or something like that, that, you know, you're fighting off. You may have been moving too fast, like it's sort of like you want things to happen faster than they are happening. And the thing is, it's good that you have the Chariot here, because I like to see that for you. For Taurus, things happen very, very slowly. I always say for Taurus, it's just like everything kind of goes at a different speed. And so you may be just kind of driving around. You may be also just driving a lot of different places and being very busy, and kind of get to the burnout point at some point in time. There's also, your partner also may be burnt out a little bit too, because it's touching this Nine of Cups as well as the Five of Swords person. So there's some kind of burnout with you or your partner, or both, in April, mid to the end of April, where you're just tired. You're just very, very tired. Or you're trying to get, you know, you need to have more rest, you need to get more sleep, you need to not argue. Because we have the Five of Swords in the position of emotions, to me this is conflict also. And because we have the four followed, sorry, the 5 followed by the 4 is actually good. That means you're going to stop. You right now, like emotionally, you're in, you know, in a place of conflict, maybe with your partner, or your girlfriend or boyfriend. You're arguing, you're fighting. There's this element of tension, this element of going in for the kill, using the, you know, using the sword to really hurt somebody by what you say. But then later down the line, right after that, you're like, okay, we can't do this. We have to stop fighting. We have to start arguing. We have to start talking in a healthy way. So it is positive, but because it's emotionally, you're wanting to fight, your partner may not, you know? So I feel like you're on 2 different pages. Your partner may have a completely different communication style than you do. There's a sense of conflict that I'm getting from you in mid-April that feels very, it feels very intense and hurtful. And the story of the 5 of Swords person is, this is the person that doesn't care about anyone else. Like, this is someone who's like, doesn't care how their actions are affecting others. Or what their words, how their words are affecting others. This is someone who's saying things that are hurtful. This is also, in some cases, being hurt by somebody else too, because it's in the position of emotion. So if you're in a relationship to somebody else, that you say you're a female Taurus in a relationship to a male, there also may be, it could be them, or it could be like, say there's a person around you that's very negative, okay? And emotionally, you're really just like at your end point with them. Like, you're just kind of like, I don't care. Like, you're just, there's also an element of betrayal, but it's like fighting so hard, fighting to win. It's fighting to win. It's fighting, you know, not thinking about how the other people are gonna fare in the game. This is like being out for blood. This is the red wedding kind of thing. This is a bloodbath. Emotionally, this is a bloodbath. So this is the kind of thing you want to avoid. The universe is saying, you know, put down the sword, stop fighting. You know, that's the universe. That's what the universe is saying. Please, you know, there's no point in getting to this emotional place of, you know, wanting to hurt others. You know. Survival mode is really about doing what you have to do, or feeling like you have to do stuff that, and not caring, about others. So it's sort of just like, in some cases, it's sort of just like that person that doesn't care, how, you know, their attitude, not their attitude, but that what their words have, the effect their words have on other people. I can't really totally articulate what I'm trying to say here. But it's a cruel thing, though. It's kind of cruel in some ways, and it's very hurtful. So you need to be careful that, you know, you're not, if you have a person around you that's instigating or trying to get you to argue, if you're in a relationship, or even say it's not your partner, say it's somebody else around you, you need to be careful that you don't fall prey to them instigating or getting you going, you know, getting to a point where you're lashing out. This is lashing out at somebody. And with some very, very spiteful words, or angry, vengeful. This is you being kind of in your shadow a little bit, Taurus. I don't like to see this for you. I do feel like immediately following that point, I feel like you're going to kind of retreat, and the universe is saying, put down the sword, don't get into a battle. And normally in the position of emotions, I don't really put a lot of weight into it, but because this is like one of the most negative card in this spread just here, I'm talking a lot about it. So I just want you to be mindful of who you're talking to. Don't engage in any conversation. Don't begin or start or finish any conversation with someone who's out for blood. And if you're out for blood in a conversation, then you need to learn to zip it and be like, you know what, this is not a good time for me to discuss this. This is not a good time for me to, this is not a good person to engage with, you know. That's kind of how I see it. And, you know, later down the line, you have the 9 of Cups in the position of your attitude. which is not you. I don't see this as being you. So maybe someone that you're very focused on. This is a male, usually male, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Libra, male, okay? And they have a tendency sometimes to be a little bit alcohol driven. So if you know, I feel like you or your partner may be kind of driven to drink, or kind of driven to, like, you know, drown your emotions in alcohol, or drown your emotions in negative activities, okay? I caution against that. I mean, I am getting that vibe. So this, to me, this is the alcoholic. If you are in a relationship with an alcoholic, then this is where they need to get help. You have a problem. Okay. Also, this is the love triangle. So to me, this is the number 2 player in the deck. So there is, you know, you may be thinking that your partner's involved with someone else, and most likely they are, or you're involved with someone else, because you get the 10 of Cups here. I feel like for most cases that's your partner that's been involved with someone else. You also may have been involved in a love triangle in the past. It may not be a present thing, but it may be something that's on your mind. Like, you're like, I don't want to get into more love triangles. I just want to be single, and I just want to date, and that's all. You know, and then the outcome is the Queen of Wands, which, again, I don't feel like is you, is a strong, you know, female who usually gets her way. There is something about you wanting to get your way, Taurus. There is something about you wanting, there's some element of wanting something really badly here. And you know, maybe it's prosperity, maybe it's abundance, maybe it's a better job or better paying job. Maybe it's, you know, because to me this is one of the job cards. For those of you who are looking for work, this is a new opportunity that's crossing your path. So definitely, if something comes up, you know, beginning of April, definitely, what's it called? Snatch it up, because I feel like it would be a really great opportunity. And you have the King of Pentacles as the foundation, which is very positive. Some of you may just be starting a new job at the beginning of April. It's something new, and it's going to bring you a lot of success, I feel, because you have the Chariot in the immediate future. So it's very successful. You know, new job, things happening quickly. You know, a lot of communication, you know, to and from either an employer or prospective employer, I feel. And I feel like the outcome is getting exactly what you want. You have to be careful, though. I want to say you need to be careful what you wish for. You need to think more about other people's feelings and more about life rather than such a strong financial focus. It's not all or nothing. It's not money or love. It's both things that we all kind of have to balance together. So that is my final, that's kind of my final say on this video. In this reading, I don't see anything else for you. It is a very positive spread. For those of you who are in a relationship, though, just be careful. I do feel like there's a strong element of the love triangle situation here. I don't feel like it's a really messy love triangle. I just feel like there's things that you don't know. This is where a private reading would be helpful. And for those of you, I feel like some of you already know, but I feel like some of you just don't. And I feel like some of it's you that's involved in the love triangle too, for a lot of you. Guys specifically. So if, say you're watching this and you're in Aries and your partner's a Taurus, your partner is doubled up and they have someone on the side. That's what I'm feeling. So, that is all for now. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, Google Plusing. I really appreciate it. Definitely email me if you'd like a private reading, elizabetholson31@gmail.com, and I will be back again for more videos. So stay tuned. I send you big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care. All the best. Okay, bye.